Theresa May is the second woman in the United Kingdom to serve as Prime Minister after Margaret Thatcher. Only on CBS This Morning, we spoke with May Friday in London before her trip to New York this week for the United Nations General Assembly. We asked her about the Me Too movement, plus the intense fight she faces at home and across the European Union over Brexit. You are engaged in trying to manage the UK from withdrawing from the European Union. Probably the biggest thing that Great Britain has been through since the World War II. You had a rebuke from the EU. The British papers, which are a little more peppery than the ones in the States, said that they twisted the knife. The word humiliated was used repeatedly. Did you feel humiliated by the way the EU treated your proposal? What
I felt yesterday was that we have put forward a credible proposal. If we're going to ensure that we have that good trading relationship in future, but also that we protect the interests of people in Northern Ireland, these have been long fought, worked over and developed.
But you didn't feel humiliated by the way they treated you?
No, what I felt was that
conviction.
Actually, there's a plan on the table from us. If they have issues with it, let's hear what those issues are.
What personal toll does this fight take on you? Somebody in the New Yorker was quoted as saying that you were in the position of being as if you were in Little Ease, which was the prison chamber in the tower where you could neither sit nor lie down nor stand up. Is that an accurate description of what this is going through?
No, I hadn't heard that one before, but I have to say I'm not sure it feels like that at all. No, look, there's every Prime Minister is faced with different challenges, in domestically, globally. There's a particular issue that we're dealing with alongside others. There's a lot of focus on the Brexit issue, and of course this is important. It's a historic moment for the UK leaving the European Union, but there's much else that we're dealing with as well.
The French president said Brexit is the choice of the British people, pushed by those who predicted easy solutions. Those people are liars. What's your response to that?
I've never said that this was going to be an easy process. These are tough negotiations, and, as we enter the final straits of those negotiations, of course, it becomes, in many ways, even tougher because we're closer to the end point.
Women leaders, in one way or another, acknowledge that they face a different standard. Do you experience that?
Well, I've always, throughout my political career, I've always believed that it's not right to say, well, I'm a woman, I'm doing this, but actually just to say, what's the job and what do I need to do? And let's just get on and do it. The one thing where we do face a slight difference is, of course, that rather more attention is paid to our clothes than perhaps to the male leaders.
Yes. In America, there is a Me Too movement in which, in politics, in corporations, in media, what do you make of that? And has that anything you've ever experienced?
I've never experienced that, but I have heard, I think this question of what I would call the abuse of power is a real one which the Me Too movement has uncovered. And we see many people coming forward, obviously, with the experiences that they've had in the past. I want a situation where actually we don't see that effective abuse of power, that we actually see people able to feel comfortable in their employment, to feel comfortable in their relationships, and not fear and not worry about what might be going to happen to them.
And when they come forward, they should be listened to.
When they come forward, they should be listened to, and I can only say thank you to those women who have come forward, because it can't have been easy to do that. They were brave to do it.
All right. Prime Minister, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanking the women who came forward, the consistent message across the pond.
The pond, yeah.
She said, what's the job and what do we need to do it? I mean, she is facing considerable headwinds on this withdrawal from the European Union, but she's just going ahead. And she didn't support it originally. So she's...
Yeah. And then on the day you were there, wasn't she getting hammered by her own press?
Hammered. Oh, yeah. I mean, it made you, looking at the headlines, you just wanted to curl up. They were so brutal, but she's just going ahead.
She's tough.